The overall sentiment from early testers is that Skirk's trial phase went quite well. While there were occasional hiccups, none of them significantly impacted her functionality or gave the impression that she was broken in any major way. Most of the feedback pointed to minor issues, particularly when you consider her overall performance, especially with proper investment. What really catches the eye is that Skirk maintains the same intense strength we saw during her story segments, effortlessly overpowering foes as if they were nothing. Translating that raw power into actual gameplay works quite effectively. Unlike Mavika, who can activate multiple elemental reactions like Vaporize, Melt or Burning, or Arlecchino, who performs reasonably well in lower-cost setups, Skirk is tied to Freeze, a reaction that's far more restrictive. Without premium supports like Escoffier or Shinha, her output drops dramatically. This reliance makes her feel a lot like HSR's Castorize, heavily team-dependent and inflexible. Dropping in lower-tier supports tanks her effectiveness fast. Escoffier in particular seems tailor-made for her. Some testers even remarked that the performance gap between Skirk with and without Escoffier is massive, to the point of being almost disastrous. And from the looks of it, the developers have no intention of detaching Skirk's kit from Escoffier anytime soon. The way Escoffier was designed and marketed makes that pretty clear. So what if you don't have Escoffier? It's not ideal but not a total loss. If you do, though, your team options open up considerably. You can run Skirk with Shinha, Farina, Seatlali, Yelan, or even Xingqiu and still achieve solid results. Speaking of Seatlali, while she's a standout in Mavika comps, she also works decently in a Skirk team. She can pass along buffs like Cinder City and Dragon Slayer, which is extremely valuable, though pulling her away from Mavika sacrifices some efficiency. Yelan, on the other hand, is excellent for patching up Skirk's downtime, especially when Seatlali isn't available. Now, regarding playstyle, this is where opinions among testers start to split. Skirk is undeniably strong, but her lengthy cooldowns make her burst-centric gameplay tricky. If you rely purely on her elemental burst to carry fights, you'll hit a gap of around 9 seconds where she contributes very little. During that downtime, another character needs to take over. This is where Yelan shines, as her sustained damage helps bridge that lull. But Yelan's constant hydro application can interfere with Skirk's cryo reactions. So if you use her, it's worth boosting Skirk's crit rate to better benefit from cryo resonance. Xingqiu isn't the perfect substitute, but in the absence of better options he's still serviceable. Definitely a stronger pick than someone like Diana in this context. Another noteworthy and somewhat contentious point from testers is that Skirk's kit might be deliberately overcomplicated, and not in a rewarding way. Her design essentially splits into two separate paths, one focused on normal attacks and the other on her elemental burst, with little synergy between the two. If you commit to normal attacks, you're all in on that. If you focus on bursts, the same applies. This division detracts from her versatility and makes it feel like you're juggling two half-finished kits instead of one cohesive one. Some testers expressed a preference for a transformation mechanic or an added skill layer, rather than the current bifurcation, which feels clunky rather than deep. Between the two modes, the burst-focused one generally performs better, especially in high-end content. But in longer battles or against multiple enemies, the normal attack playstyle might offer more consistent output. No matter which route you take, her artifact setup is straightforward. Prioritize attack, crit rate, crit damage, and cryo bonus. If you're burst-focused, a cryo goblet is optimal. If you lean toward regular attacks, you can skip it, though the difference is minor. Ultimately, gearing Skirk herself is simple. The real challenge lies in building the team around her, especially with dependencies on units like Escoffier and Shinha. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Catch you in the next one.